So after a 47-yard punt by Cook, Tannehill and the Titans from their own 27. Bootleg, looks and throws, and Davis has it.
And for everyone who's just tuning in, too, this is how they scored on the big drive. 7.5 minutes to go. They come out. Everyone thinks it's Derrick Henry. They play actioned 3 of the first 4 plays and threw big plays just like this. And they use Henry against the Ravens, and Tannehill gets hit there.
He got hit by McPhee, who got flagged earlier in this game for a roughing the passer call. Nothing in that situation. It looked like it was too late, but he did seem a little shaken getting up.
Let's see if they continue.
Henry bounces off a hit. Oh, that was going to be a loss of a couple. Turns into a gain of 4, and that'll put him right at 100 yards for the game.
That's unbelievable. I mean, it was really the wrong call, because they should have kept with the play action there because people are wide open. Baltimore is selling out to stop Henry, and that's why it's been great every time they've called the play action. Get the ball to someone coming across the field. I think Baltimore continues with that same philosophy.
You never would have believed in the third quarter that Henry would have a 100-yard game. They had contained him. But as always, he seems to get that added burst as the game goes on, and he had a big 4th. Davis with a second catch in overtime to the Baltimore 43.
And that's just because Henry, you've got to sell it to stop. You see him on the edge coming off right there, and that gives the window. Great throw. Davis having a game today.
Davis just, well, 11 days removed from losing his hero, his brother Titus, at the age of 27, to kidney cancer. The two of them had played high school ball together back in Illinois at Wheaton Warrensville South High School. Won a state title. His brother caught 2 touchdowns in the state championship game, then went to Central Michigan and set records. 2 years later, Corey was off to Western Michigan, set records that led to eventually being a first-round pick by the Titans. Just the saddest situation for Corey, who ended up playing the very next day after his father passed on that Thursday night game against the Colts. His brother implored him, "You're going to play. You're going to play." And he did. And he's coming up big in this overtime here. He's got 5 catches since the intermission. He did not have a catch in the first half. 113 yards since that time.
Huge plays over and over again. They opened it up, and he's got a heavy heart, and he's got a ton of ability. Our prayers are with him and his family, and needs another big play here. This is kind of that sneaky spot, though, where you don't want to have a long field goal, right? So how conservative do you get? You could play action here and get someone wide open, but you have Derrick Henry, right? This is probably the time to give it to him.
Judon hurt on that last play. There is Henry to the 39. How many games this season for the Titans have come down to a Gostkowski kick? And it might be setting up for that once again. Well, you saw it so many times early in the season.
It's true.
And he would find a way to hit the clutch kick when he had to, despite some earlier troubles.
Well, you know for sure Baltimore's selling out to stop the run here. This is going to be cover 0. Everyone's going to get up on that line. You could throw a slant, something quick, but you got to get this ball out of your hand.
2nd and 6. He's able to connect with A.J. Brown, who's shaken up off the catch and the tackle.
It's a great throw, great catch. No one's back there. It's one-on-one. Derrick Henry does a great job in protection. Watch the blitzer coming across Henry. Come on over here and get him.
Clearly,
you know your guy's passing you, Jim, and you know he's going to get him. You can step into that throw and fire it.
Boy, he did not make a clean catch, but it's a gain of 11, and clearly in field goal range now. From this point, it would be about 47 yards, but they're going to work it to get it much closer. As Brown has to go to the sideline. Gostkowski has never missed a kick in overtime in his career. Henry getting free. Henry's going to end the game. Titans take it in overtime.
We talk about his second half surge. It just starts to wear you down, and you saw the effort Henry gave, cut back, finish, get through the arm tackle. And Tennessee survives on the road.
And they win in Baltimore for the second time in 2020. Knocked them out in January in the divisional playoffs.
You had me for a second. I was like, wait, I didn't think they played this year. Then they're not in the same division. You're exactly right. And it kind of similar. Derrick Henry, you can remember just running down Hill on them that entire game, and the finishing touches. Henry gets over 1,000 yards on the season today.
He's got a second overtime touchdown on the season, and this right here is his 50th NFL touchdown, and what a memorable one it is.
Yes, and I'll tell you, people talk about finishing plays in the NFL, finishing games. He's a finisher right there.
Ooh.
That's a cliche comment I made, and I like it, and I'm riding it.
Because it's true.
It is. This guy gets going. It's hard to slow him down.
Look at that jump cut. Goes right around Harrison. Clark couldn't adjust in time, and it was over after that jump cut. And the likes of Derek Wolfe and that defense and everyone
he gave everything
in that franchise cannot believe it.
He gave everything today. Wolfe played it. You know, they really slowed Henry down early in this game. We talked about it's just
there was
no handshake.
No, there was some bad blood before this game even began, as the Titans stood on the shield at midfield and yelled a few things in the direction of the Ravens bench, and then Harbaugh came out, and some of the players were still kind of trash talking in the direction of the coach, and then the two coaches met, remember, pregame, and they had a
few words back. Words of encouragement, right? No, it's competitive people, and you could tell how much this means to everybody.
Well, here are the Titans, who ended the Ravens 2019 season back on January 11th, and they've just done serious damage to the Ravens this season. What a comeback from 11 down. Coming up next, the State Farm postgame show. Jim, Tony, Tracy, the crew saying so long from Baltimore.